So Iran negotiations on the edge this morning after the United States conducted self-defense strikes near the Strait of Hormuz Monday.
And Iran's supreme leader is calling for an end to U.S. military bases in the Gulf region, saying, quote, the hands of time will not turn back.
Chief Foreign Correspondent Trey Ying's joining us now live from Tel Aviv with the very latest. Good morning, Trey.
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. Overnight, the United States conducted airstrikes against southern Iran near the Strait of Hormuz. CENTCOM says these strikes were defensive in nature and went after mine-laying vessels along with a surface-to-air missile position. These were the first U.S. strikes that have targeted Iran since early May. A spokesperson for Iran's armed forces said any new aggression will be met with a far more severe response. The strikes come amid the backdrop of ongoing diplomatic efforts to reach an agreement between Iran and the United States. Overnight, President Trump laid out a condition that he has, saying on Truth Social, the enriched uranium nuclear dust will either be immediately turned over to the United States to be brought home and destroyed, or preferably in conjunction and coordination with the Islamic Republic of Iran, destroyed in place or at another acceptable location with the Atomic Energy Commission or its equivalent being witness to this process and event. Thank you for your attention to this matter. The other key issue has to do with the Strait of Hormuz. Secretary of State Marco Rubio reiterated the Trump administration position on this critical waterway during a gaggle today.
The straits have to be open. They're going to be open one way or the other. So they need to be open. What's happening there is unlawful, it's illegal, it's unsustainable for the world, it's unacceptable. That cannot happen. The straits need to be open, unimpeded, without tolls.
I want to bless the residents of the North's resilience that inspires all of us. But what this requires of us now is to increase the blows, to increase the intensity. We will smite them with overwhelming force.
A regional source told Fox News more talks are scheduled for later this week between the Israeli and Lebanese governments aimed at increasing diplomatic relations between the two countries and getting rid of Hezbollah. Guys?
So, Trey, I know there's talk about the deal, but it's hard to say that the Iranians are serious about the deal. And they always talk. That's just part of their propaganda. But they're laying mines in the Strait, which is a violation of the deal that they want to get done with the United States. So how can we even take them seriously?
It's a great question, and it's a major challenge for the Trump administration because they are dealing with bad faith actors at the negotiating table. And despite the fact that there is an immense amount of economic pressure on the Iranian regime, they are still doing what they can to disrupt international shipping because they see the Strait of Hormuz as the last critical piece of leverage that they have. Their nuclear program was destroyed during Operation Midnight Hammer last summer. During Operation Epic Fury, much of their military was dismantled, including their navy that now sits at the bottom of the sea. And they're running out of cards to play at the negotiating table during very high-level talks that are still taking place. A regional diplomat confirmed to Fox News overnight that Iran's Speaker of the Parliament and also the country's foreign minister remained in Doha, Qatar, to try and hammer out some of those details. But as it relates to these mine-laying vessels and what was targeted overnight, it's an indication that the Iranians still have the ability to disrupt international shipping in the Strait of Hormuz, and that was the reason.
Galibaf and the Foreign Minister, Arachi, are they actually holding weight to make decisions at that negotiating table?
So they're doing a couple things here. They are polishing the details as it relates to the Strait of Hormuz and also Iran's highly enriched uranium that President Trump made very clear overnight must be exported from Iranian territory. He's not going to allow this material to stay inside of Iran that would give the Iranians a path to a nuclear weapon. But the Qataris play a critical role here, and one of those roles has to do with the economic element and what the Iranians will receive in return. Now, U.S. officials have been very clear. The Iranians are not going to get any sort of sanctions relief or oil sanctions waivers unless they adhere to their end of this deal. But if they do, some of those funds are actually tied up in Qatar, and that is the reason that the Qataris are playing this direct role in some of these behind-the-scenes negotiations to understand how these funds are going to be released and a manner in which they're going to do so. Because what the Trump administration is going to avoid here is the mistake of the Obama administration, and that was just providing the Iranian regime with pallets of cash or unlimited funds that they, according to their own foreign ministry spokesperson yesterday, would channel back into their missile and drone programs. And so there's a lot of moving parts here at the negotiating table, and they're trying to, in parallel, ensure that an agreement can be reached as it relates to the Strait of Hormuz and then enter into those nuclear negotiations while also ensuring that the Iranians aren't just getting free money or sanctions relief that they would then use to try and prop up their military program.
Trey, you've been saying that the president, we all read it on Truth Social, that to turn over this enriched uranium so that it can be brought home, we can destroy it.
Exported to the United States. Iranian state media has floated the idea of doing this process in China or dismantling it internally. They have the ability to basically reverse the steps here. Remember, when we talk about how uranium is ultimately enriched, it starts with that uranium ore that is mined from the ground. It's then through a chemical reaction turned into yellow cake and then into hexafluoride gas. And they spin that gas very rapidly in these advanced centrifuges. And the heavier particles go to the outside and the lighter ones stay in the middle. And so they repeat this process over and over. And ultimately, the Trump administration wants to ensure they cannot do this in the future.
Great job, as always, Trey.
Thank you.
Thanks, Trey.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.
And content. Fox News operates as a 24-hour news network, primarily dividing its daily schedule into two distinct types of programming. Daytime news reporting. During the day, the network focuses on breaking news, national headlines, politics, business, and international events, such as programs like America's Newsroom or Special Report. Primetime opinion/commentary. In the evening, the network shifts toward highly rated political commentary and opinion shows, such as Jesse Watters' Primetime, Hannity, and The Ingraham Angle. These shows focus heavily on political debate, cultural issues, and conservative commentary. 2. Political alignment. Fox News was created in 1996 by media mogul Rupert Murdoch and former Republican media consultant Roger Ailes. It was explicitly designed to appeal to a conservative audience. Editorial stance. The network's commentary and choice of news coverage lean heavily toward conservative politics, generally supporting the Republican Party and conservative social/economic policies while actively criticizing the Democratic Party. Influence. It is widely recognized as one of the most influential media forces in American politics, heavily shaping public discourse among conservative and moderate voters. 3. Digital and streaming services. Beyond traditional cable television, Fox News expanded its reach into digital media. Linked to foxnews.com and mobile app, provides written reporting, live video clips, and opinion pieces. Fox Nation, a standalone subscription streaming service featuring lifestyle shows, historical documentaries, and expanded conservative commentary. Fox One, a newer comprehensive streaming package launched to bundle live news, sports, and entertainment for cord cutters. 4. Ratings and market position. Fox News is consistently the most watched cable news network in the United States, frequently outpacing its main competitors, CNN and MSNBC, in total viewership and primetime ratings. It serves as the primary profit engine for its parent company, Fox Corporation, which is currently led by Lachlan Murdoch. 5. Media controversies. Due to its mix of hard news and strong political advocacy, Fox News has faced significant scrutiny over the years, including accusations of bias. Critics and media watchdogs frequently accuse the network of partisan spin, selective reporting, and downplaying stories that negatively impact conservative politicians. Legal settlements. The network has faced high-profile lawsuits regarding defamation and the promotion